It's the 13th of Elul, nearly halfway through the month. And I've been speaking about a number of different ideas about Teshuvah, about using the month, using the opportunity when Hashem is close to connect with Hashem. And recently, we've been speaking about tefillah. Last night, now Shul Ahavat Israel of Edgeware, we had the privilege of hearing from Rabbi Dr. Tamara Spitz from Israel. And one of the things she mentioned was the Yud Gimel, the 13 attributes of mercy of Hashem. And that set me thinking, because people often say to me, it's fine you talking about the whole concept of tefillah. It's fine saying that we need to focus, we need to concentrate, we need to perhaps go to shul a little bit early, but how do we do things? What should we practically do? So today I want to come up with some practical comments. And let's see if we can actually change our tefillah over the next few days, the next few weeks, the next few months, and hopefully for our lives. The whole idea of blocking out distractions is illustrated in a discussion in the Gemara, interesting enough, it's Gemara Rosh Hashanah, on Hashem's 13 attributes of mercy, which, as I said, sprung to mind last night after the talk. We learn that, as it was, Hashem is wrapped in a talit, and he's a shaliach tzibur, he's a messenger of the congregation, and passed before Moshe as he recited these 13 attributes. And Hashem told Moshe, when Israel sins, when the Jewish people sin, let them recite these 13 attributes of mercy before me in order that I will forgive them. And that's why we spend so much time on the Yom Noraim reciting these 13 attributes of mercy. And through this episode, Hashem promises the Jewish people that their prayers for mercy will never be rejected when they recite the 13 attributes. Rav Dessler comments that Hashem, wrapping himself in a talit as a shaliach tzibur, symbolizes the removal of all outside concerns, and that is a crucial prerequisite for prayer. To remove all outside concerns. If we go to shul, or if we daven at home, wherever we're davening, wherever we're sitting down to prayer, we may find that our mind is preoccupied with other thoughts. We're not settled. And as a result, we're unable to concentrate on our prayers properly, to focus on our prayers. We're thinking about the news. We're thinking about our football team, or whatever, going to work, rushing off to work, catching the train, our children being at home, whatever it is, we're not focused. We need to try and concentrate on being there. One interesting technique that has been suggested many times is when you say the words, move your finger along underneath them. No, we know the words off by heart, we know Shema off by heart, we know the Amida off by heart, but follow it word by word. It helps us concentrate. Dan Dunham at Stanford Hill, many years ago, advised his Kehillah, and I've tried to take this on board, not to listen to the radio in the car on the way to shul if you're driving. Certainly don't listen to it on your phone if you're walking to shul. And obviously this applies to weekday, not Shabbat, before people start thinking about this. But I'd actually go further. I'd say don't read the newspapers, don't read anything online. Because with that simple, practical recommendation, we can actually do something which goes towards removing the distractions that interfere with our kavanah, that interfere with our davening. So think about that. Remove the distractions. Don't read anything. Don't listen to anything before we go to shul in the morning. Obviously, it's slightly different if we're going in the evening. This is just an idea for the morning. Rabbi Elimelech of Lezhensk would, when he entered a shul, he would say the following tefillah. He said, know where you're entering, what you will do there, who is in this house, whose house it is, and who empowered you to enter the house. So think about that before we enter a shul, before we go into our room, before we go to our space, wherever we are going to say our tefillah. Focus on that. Think about what we're going to do. Who is in this house? Whose house it is, and who empowers us to enter this house. And then even in the middle of our tefillah, preparation is ready. For each of the brachot in the Shemona Esrei, we should pause. Think about this. Pause between Baruch Ata Hashem at the end of the bracha and think about the bracha that we're about to say. Think about the words. Think about what they mean. So, for example, before ending the bracha of Bina, understanding, reflect on the fact that Hashem is Chonei Adat, giver of knowledge. The Chofetz Chaim wrote that he personally used the following method of preparation. He said, Hashem granted me a little advice that in the beginning of each bracha, one should arrange in your mind what you're about to say. In his will, Rav Naftali Amsterdam left several suggestions for preparing to recite the Shemona Esrei. One method is to think about the sequence of the bracha. Another is to stop periodically at appropriate points to focus on the fact that we're standing before Hashem, who can grant any request. We're standing before Hashem, who can grant any request. Rav Amsterdam suggested Tachanein, the fourth bracha, to Kabbalah Shofar, the 10th bracha, and Ritzei, the 17th bracha, was brachat particularly suited to the thought of pausing and focusing that we're standing before Hashem, who can grant any request. Yes, preparation takes time, even if it's just a few minutes. But this small investment of time is crucial in ensuring that the rest of the time spent on tefillah is not undermined by a rushed, inattentive approach. By taking a little bit of time to prepare, we not only change our state of mind, we change our state of heart. And from there, our true kavanah, our soul's deep desire to feel connected to Hashem, can freely flow. It only takes a few seconds, a few minutes, but it's an investment that pays off so many times for our entire lives. It can change our lives. Maybe that's something we can take on to do over the next few days and see how far we get. Have a good day.